Until I was 14, my whole life, I just wanted to do one thing. I just wanted to become a soccer player, a football player. But still, I didn't manage to do that. I failed, and this is maybe one of my biggest regrets. Since I was 5 years old, I used to play soccer. They got me from young, and I really enjoy. Like, soccer for 8 years was the most important thing in my life. I liked it, I had joy with it, I created memories, I had friends. I went to tournaments, I visited half of Europe just because of soccer. I put a lot of effort into it. My family did as well, because it wasn't cheap. We traveled a lot, we went to trainings, all that time invested into, I would say, nothing. And just for me to one day realize that I don't want to do it anymore, I just want to give up because I was weak. Now this is a sad story, as I mentioned earlier, but still there are some lessons from me that I've taken along the lines and that I want to share with you guys. And now you might ask yourself, why did I give up? Because if I did all that effort for it, all the sacrifices, why did I give up on my dream? So let me explain to you. It was 2019, right before COVID hit, right before the pandemic and all that crazy stuff. And I was still playing soccer at that time in May 2019. Everything was good. I was 13 years old until I think it was May 2019. We were playing on our synthetic field, like a usual training for the kids. But the coach, I don't know, maybe he noticed something. He saw me getting chubby. I know I was getting a bit fat. I was in a way skinny fat at that time. And he made me, push up my t-shirt up. And he saw me like some kind of belly on my fat or whatever, and he told me that I should not eat that much and I should focus more on eating healthy and on making sport my priority. That was true at that time. I mean, right now I agree with him, but at that time I felt affected by that, and that's the first crack that made me give up to soccer. And you may wonder, like, why did it affected me? Because it was a small thing, it was for my better health. He really cared about me saying that. But all the time when I was a small child, I was afraid of getting fat. I was afraid of getting overweight because, I don't know, maybe where I grew up or the tendencies in my head, the mindset that I had, it was that, fat people, you don't want to be like them because that's not good, right? That's a bad thing. So all the time I was afraid of doing that. I was in a way negating the reality because, yeah, you could see on my face that I was getting a bit fat. I was eating a lot more, on that time. Some fast food, some pizzas, so whatever, not really healthy food, and you could see that. That's not like a big thing. You can change your diet tomorrow if you want. You can change your diet right now. Now if I'm looking back to that, I really agree. I'm glad that he told me that. Maybe he could do it in a better way, that would make me keep doing football, keep pursuing my dream. But it's my fault that I gave up. It's not his fault that he told me. He made me be aware of my situation. So as I told you, it was May 2019, but I still kept playing for a while. It came the summer break, we all had a big break, and I returned back in September. Guess what? The same thing happened with a different coach. I mean, not the same thing, and that was it for me. I even now remember that moment when it was another coach. He told me something similar, you could see on my face that I was getting chubby and all that stuff, and that really was the end for me. Now besides that, some of my colleagues, some of my mates also gave up because at 13 years old is a very important year for school. Most of the time for people, it's like our 8th grade, where it's very important. You get a big grade so you can go in high school. But nevertheless, that wasn't important. I could have done that if it wasn't for this struggle that I have, the fear of getting fat. And that was it for me. 8 years of dreams, of hopes, abandoned like that. And even that I told you at the beginning that this is a big regret of mine, because I wish I kept playing soccer after that. Maybe I was in a team right now or whatever. It wasn't to be. But you all heard that it's not good to live with regrets. Regrets are bad. But let me tell you the lessons that I got from looking back on my actions, because it's very important not to live only with the regret. I can't change that. It was in the past, it happened, that's it. But what I can change is the future. So let's take some lessons that I haven't seen back then, because this could have been differently. But it was just because of me, because I was afraid of getting fat. I was afraid of people noticing that, and that made me protect myself from other people's and don't give up on my goals. So the first thing that I got from that lesson is to not care what other people tell you, even if it's true. Now you may say, like, what? Maybe if it's true, you should notice that and you should change that. But who is to decide what is bad and what is good, right? It's only for you. Don't be affected by that, but be aware of what other people tell you. Because let's say one people tells you you're fat, then another one, then the third one, it's a repeating stuff, and you should be aware of it. You should question yourself. Is it this really who I am, or is just other people saying stuff about me? And you need to be really honest with you. You can't hide, because if you hide, your obstacle is just gonna grow bigger and bigger, and you're never gonna fix it. But if you're true with yourself, if you're honest, you're gonna know exactly if you're really fat and you want to change that, you want to improve your physical shape, or it's just some envy people that, you know, wanna just make you feel bad and wanna hurt you. So this is very important. Don't be affected by what others say, but take note of that and ask yourself, challenge yourself. Is this really who I am, or is it not? Now, the second thing that I got, which is very tied in with the first thing, is to be honest with myself and don't hide behind my insecurities. Because I used to do this a lot, like in high school, maybe even in the first classes, I don't remember that much. But this moment, this particular moment, when it was with the training that I told you, this was just me hiding behind my insecurities. I didn't want to admit that I was, in a way, getting a bit fat, and I should have improved that. I should have improved my diet, maybe I should have done more sport, be more athletic and stuff like that. But what did I do? I chose to isolate myself. I chose to keep that problem, to keep that obstacle. Don't solve it, just keep it there, and it growed until it became a major problem for me. Now, of course, I never got really fat because I got height. I started going to the gym after a while, so it turned out to be in a good way. But I really wish that from now on and on my actions, and you guys, you can take note for this too. Don't hide behind your insecurities, because you're not gonna solve them that way. The only way you can solve something, you can solve a problem, is by being honest with you, by admitting your problem and then doing the right things to solve it. Because if you just hide behind it, nothing's gonna change, and you're gonna keep feeding the problem until it's gonna grow bigger and bigger, and you won't be able to solve it by yourself. Never. The last lesson that I got, which is probably the most important one, is to never give up on my dreams. Because after a while, I noticed that if you want to succeed in something, you're first gonna have a lot of failures, and those failures are gonna be painful for some, and that's normal. People that really succeed in life have more failures than average people have. So for example, Elon Musk, let's take him as an example. His first rockets did explode. No one believed in him that he could make reusable rockets and all that stuff. No matter the obstacles that he had, he kept pushing forward. He kept pursuing his dreams, and now his dreams become reality. So this is the same thing that I wanted to know back then, and I wish to always apply it from now on, and you guys can take note of this, because as long as you don't quit your dreams, you're always gonna succeed in a way or another way. Yeah, you can say you need luck, you need all that stuff, but first of all, you don't need to give up, because if you give up, luck, effort, teamwork, whatever it is, doesn't matter. As long as you don't give up, you still have a chance. So I'm gonna give you an action step. If you watch this video until here, you better do this, because if you don't do the action step, you're just wasting your time consuming content on YouTube, right? So this action step is for you, but it's also a reminder for me. I want you to not live in the past anymore. Your regrets, your failures, they don't define you. The only thing that's gonna define you from now on is what you do in this moment, what you do today, and what you're gonna choose to do in the next day. So past actions don't define us, but present actions do. You always want to maintain your self-respect, your self-honesty. So what I want you to write right now is write all the opportunities you have right now. So for example, you have the opportunity to go to the gym, you have the opportunity to go to the school, you have the opportunity to work on your business. Write everything that comes out of your mind, and I want you to choose the best one that fit you and take fully advantage of them. Don't ruin them, because later in life you don't know if you're gonna regret them. So for example, let's say you wanna really maximize your fitness, or you are in a soccer team as I was. Make sure you're prioritizing your most desired outcome. So if you have an opportunity to become a soccer player, take the most out of it. Be present, take action, and that way you're gonna be able to reach your dreams. And whenever you have an obstacle, and whenever you don't feel like doing it, ask yourself, is this really who I am? I'm gonna give up on my dream? Is this really what I want, or is it just my emotions? And again, every action step that I'm giving here is for you guys, but it's also a reminder for me, so we can keep improving ourselves. Because something that I discovered recently, even if it's clear, that if you don't pursue improvement, what's the other thing that you can do? It just go down. So it's either go up and improve yourself, or decrease and lose everything that you build up. For us, so there's only one way for us, guys. We need to keep doing it. We need to not give up and keep fighting for our dreams. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. But remember, as long as you don't give up, you're a winner.